So I just got this delivered. It's the Newair 840 count compressor cigar humidor. I'm coming from a Need 1 48L that is filled to the rim. I needed something bigger. I had heard the reviews on this thing. Reached out to them and they sent it to me asking for my honest opinion. So I'm relatively new to the cigar game, but I own a lot and I certainly enjoy smoking. So stand by for a review. But here we go. Thank you, Newair. This thing is nicely packaged. It's got styrofoam all the way around it. Pretty much just lifted off the box once I cut a couple of the tabs off. But well shipped, well packaged. I don't have a lot of room to put this thing. My house is very cluttered. I got my weights here and stuff. But I'm gonna put it right here. Nice little corner in my living room, out of sight. Don't get a lot of people, a lot of traffic in this area. It's normally in the family room, so we'll set it up now. All right, so as y'all can see side by side, the Newair 840 count is a lot bigger than the Need 1 48L. I own the Need 1 with the heat and the cool control inside. I've owned it for about 4 months. It absolutely works great. I never had any issues with humidity whatsoever. But as you guys can see, I outgrew it. So I needed the room. I shopped for different ones, and this Newair was the one that turned out to be the one for me. So we're gonna set it up, we're gonna get going, but I wanted to compare the side-by-side video of how they both look. So as you all can see, I own a lot of cigars. I'm gonna have to move this a little bit so I can open this door. The Need 1 was good to me. I have zero complaints about it. It's just too small. But as you can see, my drawers are full. Yeah, so I needed something bigger. And fortunately, the Newair was available. And like I said, they sent it to me. I know this is a car page, but they sent it to me. I have a decent following on Instagram, and they asked me for my honest opinion. So this is what I got now. And I'm sure I got more on the way. All right, I just took it out of that little tray that it came in. And hopefully there's enough light in here. But just slide drawers, really nice. They slide in and out. Man, I'm gonna be able to get a lot of cigars in here. Should be able to quench all my needs. And from what I've read, I'm supposed to fill the reservoir up here with water, and then I guess just gauge it. But this thing smells so good. Might wipe down the shelves with some distilled water. I've seen it go both ways based on the reviews. But and this thing is nice. All right, it's the next day. I decided to let it air out, even though, to be honest, I don't feel like it needed it, but I did it anyway since I did it with my Need 1. Today we're gonna pour in the distilled water, install the handle, and start the humidification process. The handle's installed, pretty simple. Inside the accessory, a little hardware bag. There were 2 little white washers. I put one on the outer part of the bolt on the outside, on the top part, and one on the bottom, and I just screwed in from the back. Went on fairly simple. The weather strip, when I peeled the weather strip back, I went from left to right, and it pulled right out, and then plugged right back in. I just plugged it in, so it's cycling on. I have not poured the distilled water down the reservoir yet, but I will shortly. I'm also gonna wipe down the drawers with distilled water. It's the way I've always been taught. It's the way I've always been done it. So that's the way I've always done it. So we're gonna do that now. So I just poured the first round of distilled water in there, and as you can see, it's cycling into the reservoir. So from what I saw in another YouTube video, you have to do fill the reservoir 4 times. So that was one. You can see the water cycling in. Poured about 3 inside the reservoir. Looks like I could probably get away with 1 more. So like the other fellow said on his YouTube video, he said to go about 4 times. So that should be good. Not sure if you all could really see the water level. If I move my light in there a little bit more. Kind of. This thing just absolutely lights up gorgeous. It looks so nice. I lightly wipe down the drawers with distilled water, even though it doesn't say to. I just, like I said earlier, I just was taught that way to do it. So they're wiped down. I'm gonna set the temperature here, and we'll come back in a few days. Well, you can definitely hear the distilled water circulating inside the humidor. I went ahead and I set the temperatures at 72 on the temperature inside the humidor and 68 on the humidity. So I've heard that these aren't very accurate, so I'll run a couple hygrometers in here in about a day or so to see how they go. Can't wait. I had an extra Govee hygrometer laying around, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna put it in the 3rd tray, and like I said, we'll come back in a few days, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, and we'll see how it looks. I'm dying to put my sticks in here. What I have decided to do was I got the hygrometer in the 3rd shelf. I took these out of my little Tupperware containers, and I'm gonna put them on each rack in here. So we'll put one on the 1st, 2nd, and 4th rack as well. And then we'll come back tomorrow. So to see how close the temperature is on the actual unit itself compared to the hygrometers. So I'm a member of a pretty productive, actually friendly cigar group on social media. Super helpful. One of the members recommended that I calibrate my Govee hygrometers. So I placed a couple of my 65% Boveda packs in there. He said to come back in 12 hours, make sure that they don't exceed 2 degrees on either side. So we're doing good. So I'll come back tomorrow and see where they're at, and then I'll put them back inside the humidor. Everything looks good though. Really, really good. Super easy. All right, good morning everyone. Let's check the hygrometers. All right, it looks like the solution that was given to me worked. My hygrometers are pretty much dialed in. They've been, what do you call that? Calibrated. So let's check out the inside of the humidor. And wow, that's looking good. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm not gonna put the sticks in yet. I'm gonna put the hygrometers in there since we know exactly that the temperature is doing okay. Let's pull this drawer out to see the water level. And water looks good. Water's holding fine. So we'll put the hygrometers in here. I'll see how it looks tonight, and hopefully put some sticks in tomorrow. But everything looks really good. Look at how quick the temperature drops in the humidification when I open the door. All right, see you all later. All right, good morning everyone. It's the following day after I dropped the hygrometers in here. It's probably been just over 24 hours since I've dropped them in, and let's see how they look. So the temperature up top is at 70 and 69. Let's check the top drawer hygrometer. 69.77. Second drawer is at 69.65. Third drawer is at 68.64. And the bottom drawer is at 66.70. Well, those are some numbers that I could definitely deal with. So today we're going to drop the sticks in, and we'll come back tomorrow. So I've put in about 130 sticks in so far. I smoke the bigger Toro size, so I'm obviously not going to get as much room or be able to fit in as many as others will. But this thing is filled, the bottom shelf. I still got to put the hygrometers back in the shelves, but that's pretty much it. Probably get a couple more in there. I got a lot more cigars to go, so let's see how many I can get in there. I still might be forced to use a couple of the Tupperware containers. But another thing, when the doors remain open too long, it will make that beeping sound. Let's see how this goes. Got a lot more cigars to go. So this thing is, I would say, about 90% full. My wife smokes the infused sticks, so I got, some Sweet Janes in there, Café con Leche, some Cubas. My buddies enjoy the Cubas. So my top drawer is all infused. Got room there for the hygrometer. The hygrometers I messed up when I was emptying the Need One and my Tupperware containers. I mixed in all the hygrometers that I had in the Need One and the Tupperware containers. So I'm gonna have to calibrate these things again, just so that they're accurate. So I'll let them sit in here for another 12 hours and I'll put them back in there. But this thing holds a lot of cigars. I probably have about 550 in there now. But like I said, I have the bigger cigars, so they're gonna take up a lot more space. But as you can see, this thing is full for the most part. So I got room here to put my hygrometers on each shelf once they're calibrated. We'll come back tomorrow. So when I had my Need One, the Need One 48L comes with one drawer. And I went out on Amazon and I bought 4 more of the matching drawers. In the Need One, not that I needed it, I just kind of did it. It was my first humidor. So I went out and I bought a bunch of Bogota 65% packs and I had them on each shelf. I'm pretty confident. There's all my hygrometers from my Tupperwares and Tupperwares, whatever you want to call them, that I ran in the Tupperwares and inside the Need One unit. So I don't need them anymore. Since I'm going to recalibrate, since this Newair is pretty full, I decided to run 2 of the smaller ones, 2 of the smaller Gobi hygrometers in the fuller drawers, and I'll run the bigger ones in where I got a little more space. So they'll calibrate 12 hours, come back, see how they look. I don't have a connection for Cubans. These are all able to ship into the US, so this thing, like I said, is pretty much full. There's Joe Rogan's favorite cigar, one of my favorites, the Wise Man. So I forgot to put that in there, so I'll put that in there now. We'll see you all tomorrow. All right, so my hygrometers have been calibrating now for a few hours. They're dialed in. As you can see, I've had the door open for a few minutes. I'm actually gonna smoke a cigar with my wife here in a bit. So I gotta grab me a couple out of there. But this Govi app is absolutely clutch. As you can see there, I have each hygrometer labeled for where they're gonna go inside the humidor. That'll help me better track them. But Govi's actually money. Very, very accurate. So we'll come back tomorrow and see how everything is registering, but I'm pretty confident that we should be good. All right, everyone, it's been a couple days since I've let this thing simmer. I've loaded the sticks in there, the stogies, And one thing I forgot to mention was they give you these set of keys to lock the humidor, which is pretty cool. You know, us guys, if we ever, you know, pass on or something like that, you know, the new guy won't be able to get into our humidor if we lock it. So keep that in mind. I gave my wife a hard time about that. But here's where the numbers sit for now. As far as the humidity is concerned, as you all remember, I dialed in my hygrometers prior to moving forward. So they're fluctuating a little bit, but I can deal with those numbers. They're good to go. My stick should be good. So I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call this thing a success. It does make a ticking noise. So it can get rather noisy at times, but all in all, it's a very, very nice unit. It's a Newair 840 to remind you all. I can't complain. So thank you, Newair, for making a solid product.